Good evening, everyone. I am CA Paramveer Kaur, moderator of this webinar. We are delighted to welcome you all in this webinar being organized by Committee on Commercial Laws, Economic Advisory, and NPO Cooperative of ICAI. It is my pleasure to be a moderator in Know Your Law Series 62, webinar on RERA, a new approach and professional opportunities. In a short while, we will start this webinar. I would like to apprise you about CCLEA and NPO committee. This committee is focused to encourage chartered accountants to shape strategy and policy that unlocks economic, financial, and social value while combining analytical foresight with commercial acumen. One of the core areas of this committee is to serve the multifunctional task of analysis, knowledge dissemination, inputs to regulators on policy formulation, to develop and publish technical guidance, background materials, etc., and to create awareness for professional opportunities for chartered accountants in commercial laws, economic advisory, and NPO cooperatives. Our eminent speaker will talk on RERA, a new approach and professional opportunities in this webinar, and we hope the same shall be useful to the members. I would now like to introduce our speaker for the day, CA Gaurav Agrawal. CA Gaurav Agrawal is having more than 14 years of post-qualification experience in the real estate sector. Real estate sector is presently undergoing a major transformation in view of the Real Estate Regulation and Development Act 2006, which has been introduced by the central government to make the transactions more transparent relating to the sale and possession of real estate projects, including the flats, apartments, plots, and buildings. He, as a consultant, had been associated with this law since its inception, and with all the expertise, have been advising and providing consultancy to the realtors regarding the registration of the projects under RERA, its compliances, periodical review, and assessment of the projects, including issuance of quarterly certificates from architects, engineers, and also from chartered accountants. In continuation to the above, he is regularly invited on the platforms of the various real estate forums and electronic media to discuss this subject and to conduct technical sessions. We welcome you here, sir. I would now like to request you, sir, to please come forward for your deliberations.
Thank you. Thank you, Paramveer. Good evening, friends. Namaskar. Real estate. So basically, friends, the slide is in front of you. So real estate sector. So basically, friends, the real estate sector was not organized since last 60 years. So it was much needed regulation about the real estate. So the real estate is the need of hour, and it is basic requirement of any household, of any human being. कहीं ना कहीं हमारे लिए जीवन की एक बेसिक नेसेसिटी है. हम लोग बोलते हैं रोटी कपड़ा और मकान. So it is very, मतलब it is an integral part of our life, basically real estate. This session is dedicated to my Dadaji, my grandparent. Thank you. So friends, then the government realized about the regulation of this sector, because without the regulation, the sector cannot be developed. So in year 2016, friends, the government had formulated the policies, procedure, and law in terms of RERA Act. So basically, the RERA Act had been notified in year 2016, and you can understand that there are three lists in our constitution: state list, central list, and concurrent list. So RERA Act had notified in entry number 6 and 7. The slide is in front of you, friends. Entry number 6 and 7, list third, concurrent list, which deals with the contracts and transfer of property. So it is very important law and very good steps in the real estate industry, in the real estate sector. So friends, basically when we count what is the role of real estate in Indian economy, in Indian in Indian basically Indian economy. So the role of real estate sector is very important, and which contributes 8 to 9% of the GDP. At least 8 to 9% of GDP had been as is being contributed by the real estate sector itself. And it's not only about 8 or 9%, it's about 40 to 45%. I think when people say that real estate contribute 8 to 9%, that they underestimate this industry or sector, because 250 ancillary industries directly or indirectly associated with the real estate sector. So you can understand how big is this sector, and the employment opportunities are tremendous. So basically, if you say so, then almost 10 crore people, almost 100 million people are directly or indirectly associated with this sector after the agriculture, with the construction industry, real estate industry, friends. So this is the background of the real estate. And now we move towards the some more interesting aspect of RERA and real estate. So basically, this we have already discussed. This act came in 2016. Then central government. This is basically a delegated legislation. So half of the section notified in May 2016, and complete act had been notified in May 2017. So basically, this is the report card of RERA, of real estate sector. This is in front of you, friends, and this is summary of this implementation progress report. So you can see almost 1,25,000 projects have been registered throughout the country. Almost 1,25,000 projects. So you can understand how big opportunities are there. So basically in today's session, we will discuss about some new aspects of RERA and real estate, plus professional opportunities for the professionals. We will discuss about all these things. So recently you heard एक मार्केट का बजवर्ड है कि हर चीज के रेट्स बढ़ गए हैं, प्रॉपर्टी के रेट बहुत बढ़ गए हैं, प्लॉट्स के रेट बहुत बढ़ गए हैं, अपार्टमेंट फ्लैट्स के रेट बहुत बढ़ गए हैं. So it is skyrocketed now. So after the first and second wave of COVID-19 pandemic, the properties are skyrocketed. So when we purchased any flat for rupees 40 lakh or 50 lakh, now it is almost 1 crore everywhere in the country. So the prices have gone shoot up, except few markets. The prices have gone shoot up in the metro cities like Delhi NCR, MMR, Bangalore, Hyderabad, and Kolkata itself. So prices have been skyrocketed. When it was 4,000 rupees 4,000 per square feet, now it is almost double, 8,000 per square feet. So it is a recent phenomenon of the real estate industry. Likewise, in the plotted development as well, in the plotted sector. So basically, in today's session, we definitely discuss about these some new aspects of real estate, new things of real estate. And one more important thing might be you come across in the metro cities, especially luxury and ultra luxury project. So now the builder is only focusing about the luxurious and ultra luxurious projects itself. So no one wants to step in the affordable housing like EWS, LIG, MIG. So you can understand when you are purchasing any flat of rupees 1 crore or 1.5 crore, or for that matter any office or any plot. So it is difficult for any LIG or MIG family, medium income group, lower income group, to purchase any flat. It is very difficult for them. So in that scenario, the citizen depends on the government itself, like affordable housing, Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, urban, rural. So it is there basically. So definitely the need of our to regulate about the affordable housing as well, or to promote the affordable housing, not the regulate, to promote the affordable housing. If we say regulate, then it is all about laws and rules and regulation. but we need to develop the affordable housing. Otherwise, um, in a 1 or 2 year or 4 year, 5 year down the line, it will be difficult for middle class family to purchase any home. It will be beyond the pocket. It will be out of the pocket. So it is there basically, friends. So these are two new aspects of real estate. And recently, the might be you heard about the same G20 Sherpa, Mr. Amitabh Khan, who had released their legacy stall project report in the month of July. So they have also discussed about the legacy stall project. So what was that? It is basically it was that mm, that almost 4 lakh housing units have been stuck throughout the country, especially in the metro cities like Delhi NCR, like MMR region, Mumbai metropolitan region, or other parts of the countries as well. Almost 4 lakh units or 4 lakh crore rupees have been stuck due to numbers of things. So the Amitabh Khan committee report has been launched in the month of July, and there were various recommendations to the central government, state government, various RERA authorities, finance department, development authorities. So it was there. So basically, these 3 4 things are recently buzzwords. So we are discussing about that. Now, the today's topic, RERA. So basically, अभी जैसे हम लोगों ने डिस्कस किया कि कहीं ना कहीं रियल एस्टेट हमारी जिंदगी को बहुत इंपैक्ट करता है। फ्रेंड्स, आपने देखा होगा कि हम लोग कोई शॉपिंग पोर्टल पे भी शॉपिंग करते हैं, तो हमारी कोशिश रहती है कि हम डिटेल में हर चीज में जाएं। हम लोग एक दो शॉपिंग पोर्टल से देखें या एक दो शॉप से परचेज करने की कोशिश करें या रेट्स का आइडिया लें। बट व्हेन वी परचेज our biggest investment, biggest purchase of our life, we never went into the research and development, research things, or we never went into the details. So it is very important when you are purchasing. Now, this I am telling you from as a individual perspective. Number of times this questions came into the house कि एज ए इंडिविजुअल हमें क्या प्रिकॉशंस लेने चाहिए अगर हम लोग प्रॉपर्टी में इन्वेस्ट करना चाहते हैं। तो इट इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कि आप हमेशा किसी भी प्रोजेक्ट में इन्वेस्टमेंट कर रहे हैं तो आप बहुत सोच समझ के करें, पूरी डिटेल्स जांच पड़ताल करके करें। यू नीड टू गो इनटू द डिटेल्स। और नाउ इट इज वेरी वेरी इजी। So you just on the click of the button, you can have any number of details. You go on the RERA portal and select the project, and there are numbers of things you can make your choice. So it is basically there. Now, so basically applicability of RERA Act. So people ask that what is the applicability of RERA Act? So basically, friends, it applicable to every project. Now, residential, commercial, low-cost housing, busted housing, affordable housing, PMAY urban, PMAY rural, township, plotted development, group housing, low-rise, high-rise, plotted development, row house, villas, industrial, everywhere there is rail. So if you are developing more than 500 square meters or above 8 apartments, then you need to register your project with the RERA. So it is basically there. Some people ask me in day-to-day routine, sir, क्या plotted development पर भी RERA लगेगा? The answer is yes. Plotted development पर भी RERA लगेगा। सर, हमें कोई ब्रोकर बोल रहा था मार्केट में कि प्लॉटेड डेवलपमेंट पे तो रेरा की जरूरत नहीं होती। द आंसर इज बिग नो। फ्रेंड्स, प्लॉटेड डेवलपमेंट अगर कोई बिल्डर से आप प्लॉट खरीद रहे हैं और एक प्लॉटेड डेवलपमेंट की पूरी टाउनशिप है उनकी या प्लॉटेड डेवलपमेंट का प्रोजेक्ट है, देन देयर इज ए एप्लीकेबिलिटी ऑफ रेरा। एक्सेप्ट except कच्ची कॉलोनी, like I mean कच्ची कॉलोनी means unregulated, unauthorized things. I mean to say, people usually say this kachi colony like it is unauthorized market. So obviously, if there is an authorization, then there is no sanctioning of the maps, then there is no CLU, change of land use, then there is no RERA, because first of all there is a sanctioning of maps. So it is basically there, friends. Now, friends, Now we will discuss about the real estate life cycle for 5 to 10 minutes. So what is real estate life cycle? Friends, today we will definitely discuss all of your queries related to the real estate sector and RERA. Okay, so you can post your queries in the inbox and Paramveer will address and we will discuss at the end of the session, or we can also have those queries during the session, between the session. So definitely you can have the assurance that we will discuss each and every query regarding the real estate sector. And friends, first let me also clarify one thing, that today I am giving you the concepts of real estate and RERA so that you can go into the detail of your respective state, because RERA is the delegated legislation. I have already shown you that basically RERA is the central act, and the central government had delegated powers to the state governments regarding the formation of framing of general rules, appointment of regulatory authority, tribunal, web portal, adjudicating officer, which is the district judge. So it is there. Basically, it is a delegated legislation. So now we are discussing about the real estate life cycle. So now I am giving you one hypothetical example. Please don't take it as a precedent. It is a pure hypothetical example to understand the context. So firstly, there is a company ABC Private Limited, and the name of the project is XYZ. So now the ABC Private Limited like to develop project XYZ, and now the ABC Private Limited had purchased the land from the farmers, from the tenure holders, from the farmers, 10,000 square meters. So 10,000 square meters means, friends, 1 hectare, okay, and almost 2.5 acre. So basically it is there. So in 1 acre, there is almost 4,000 square meters. Okay. So now, friends, now ABC Private Limited like to launch a project. Okay. So now the ABC Private Limited had purchased the land from the farmers. Then they went to after they got the registry from the tehsil, from the sub district, from the sub registrar office, basically in their name. They again went to the basically for mutation with the tehsil or with the competent authority regarding the mutation. Okay. Then after the mutation, after the record of their names in the state records or in the revenue records, then they go to the they go for the CLU, change of land use. If this is already residential, then there is no problem. If there if this land is agricultural land, then the land use must be changed according to CLU, change of land use from from agriculture to residential. Now, after CLU, they go to their architect. अपने architect के पास गए, friends, कि सर ये हमारा मैप सैंक्शन, हमारा मैप डिजाइन करा दीजिए, ठीक है? So friends, let's take the example. In 10,000 square meter, this is a group housing, and the ABC Private Limited like to launch 4 towers. Okay, ABCD. So they can launch anything, but they like to launch group housing 4 towers. So A, B, 2 towers for 3 BHK or 2 or 3 BHK, and or you can say 4 towers for entire complete 4 towers for 2 or 3 BHK. They came to their architect, सर हमारा मैप्स डिजाइन कर दीजिए. आर्किटेक्ट ने उनका मैप डिजाइन किया, and then hand over to the promoter ABC Private Limited. Basically in RERA or in real estate sector, ABC Private Limited called as promoter company, basically promoter company. So they go to the competent authority or development authority. So take the example of Delhi, Delhi Development Authority, which is the capital of India. So they go to the competent authority, development authority, right? And with DDA, they have submitted the maps, sanction maps. They have submitted the maps. So the DDA asked some clarifications and got the sanction and got sanctioned the maps. Okay, and then they came back with the sanction maps with the happiness, obviously, and then they like to launch the project. Now, friends, the important part is that after sanctioning of the maps, now I can start my construction. It is very important to understand that after sanctioning of the maps and various valid NOCs like environment NOC, like pollution NOC, like airport authority NOC, like water, there are numbers of policies, NOCs, fire NOC. So I can start my construction on the site after sanctioning of the maps. There is no bar, there is no problem to do the construction. Okay, now friends, now I like to launch my project and I like to sell the product. Then in that case, I go to Delhi RERA. Sir, मुझे RERA registration दे दीजिए with the phasing. XYZ project phase 1 and XYZ project phase 2. Now they had submitted the registration application to Delhi RERA, friends, and gave the papers. Sir, this is my registration application and I like to submit it with you. Okay. Then Delhi RERA asked some clarification and gave the registration certificate RC to the promoter company. Okay, friends. Now, in that case, now my project got registered with RERA as well. Now I can start the selling of property because, friends, no promoter shall book sale offer for sale without first registering with the real estate regulatory authority established under this. अगर आपको सेल शुरू करनी है, अगर आपको कोई एडवर्टीजमेंट करना है, फ्रेंड्स, पूरी दुनिया में जो रियल एस्टेट में माल बिकता है या जो इसी तरीके से फ्लैट्स बिकते हैं, वो इसी तरीके से बिकते हैं अंडर कंस्ट्रक्शन प्रॉपर्टी. तो अगर आपको सेल करनी है तो आपको रेरा रजिस्ट्रेशन लेना है. There are this questions came into the mind that if say that we like to do the construction with our own funds like secured or unsecured funds or promoter equity, so and I do not want to do any advertisement or any sale, then I still need RERA. The answer is no, big no. Then there is no necessity to take the RERA registration. I can do my construction with my own funds. Then there is no necessity. Okay, friends. Now I have launched Tower 1 and 2 and in phase 1, and I do not want to launch phase 2, Tower 3 and 4. Then I started my construction, then selling obviously, and after some time, after 1.5 years, I realized that there is no demand nowadays for 2 or 3 BHK. Now there is a demand for 4 or 5 BHK for luxury or ultra luxury project. Then in that case, what should I do? मैं दोबारा से अपने आर्किटेक्ट के पास गया. मैंने कहा सर आप प्लीज कुछ कीजिए, मुझे 4 और 5 BHK बनाना है. तो आर्किटेक्ट ने कहा कि गौरव जी आप एक काम कीजिए कि आप सबसे पहले जो आपके मैप्स हैं आपको रिवीजन कराना. ठीक है. So basically friends, so then I go for the revision of the sanctioned maps because now I like to launch 4 or 5 BHK instead of 2 or 3 BHK. But I got the sanction from the competent authority, from the development authority, which in our case DDA, Delhi Development Authority. Then in that case, I again go to DDA. Sir, this is my new drawing. I like to go for the revision. Okay, for 4 or 5 BHK from 2 or 3 BHK, sir. So, sir, please help me out. Then in that case, DDA told me, okay, sir, we'll do the revision, but please understand, you need to come with the 2/3 allottees consent, 2/3 buyers consent. So basically, friends, I am not discussing this 2/3 right now. We'll discuss in the later part, but you need to submit 2/3 buyers consent, 2/3 existing allottees consent, basically for the tower number 1 and 2. Okay. So basically, friends, आपको एक बात समझनी है कि जो मैप सैंक्शन होंगे वो पूरे प्लॉट का मैप सैंक्शन एक ही होगा. The sanction maps is one and same, and now for the construction, for the launching of the project, I go for the phasing of the maps, phasing of the project with the RERA authority. Even you can go with 4 towers, 4 phases. You can have XYZ project, phase 1, bracket in bracket, tower A, XYZ project phase 2, in bracket, tower B. Like this. You can do like this, friends. So this is there basically, friends. Now the authority told me that now the authority gave me, authority means DD in that case. Now the authority gave me sanction maps, revised sanction maps. And then I again came, then the promoter came to me, Gauravji, please have this maps, and gave me new, please apply my registration application for phase 2. Okay, so then we went to the Delhi RERA authority. Sir, please have this new registration application regarding the XYZ project phase 2, launching of tower number C and D for 4 and 5 BHK for that matter. So then authority granted me the registration for XYZ project phase 2 as well. So now I got the two registration on one land parcel. Okay, so this is there basically. Now, friends, what happened? Now I started my construction for phase 2 as well. Okay, and sale obviously. Then I have completed my construction. Okay, then I go to the architect. Sir, ab kya karna hai? What next? Please suggest me, because my construction and development and finishing work have been completed almost. And what should I do now? Then in that case, architect suggested me that, sir, please apply for the construction certificate. Okay, right. So basically, then I applied. Then I again go to DDA. Sir, this is my application for completion. So for tower number A and B. DD asked me, what about C and D? Sir, we are doing the construction और हम लोग जल्दी ही उसकी एप्लीकेशन भी आपके साथ सबमिट करें. Now DDA granted me part completion certificate regarding the tower number A and B. Then on completion of construction for tower number C and D, I will again go to DDA. Sir, this is my C and D, and my entire project has been completed. Okay, then DDA gave me the entire CC completion certificate for the end. So this is basically. So now my project has been completed in all respect. Then then I go for the registry of the allotted properties of the flats, shops, apartments, whatever the case may be. Whatever the case, be it apartments and flats in our example, basically for the allotted properties. Then some of the allottees came to me, sir, AOA बनाइए, RWA बनाइए, Residents Welfare Association, Apartment Owners Association, Association of Allottees. Sir, where is RWA? Some of the allottees asked me. Then I replied, hold, please. So we will examine this and we will start the process for RWA, formation of RWA. Then we have formed the RWA with the help of the residents, with the help of the buyers, and then we will hand over the entire project within the certain time period to the RWA and then exit from the project. अल्टीमेटली बिल्डर ने अपना प्रॉफिट लिया, प्रोजेक्ट RWA AOA को हैंड ओवर किया और प्रोजेक्ट से बाहर निकला. तो इस तरीके से फ्रेंड्स, दिस इज द कंप्लीट लाइफ साइकिल ऑफ RERA, रियल एस्टेट सेक्टर. So friends, it is very important to understand, firstly, before understanding the RERA and development authorities and everything in the real estate sector, आपको ये चीज समझनी होगी कि कहीं ना कहीं रियल एस्टेट सेक्टर काम किस तरीके से. फ्रेंड्स, मार्केट में इस चीज को लेकर बहुत अवेयरनेस की कमी है और बहुत बड़ी प्रोफेशनल अपॉर्चुनिटीज हम लोगों के पास अवेलेबल है इन सभी चीजों को लेकर. कोई कुछ कहता है, कोई कुछ कहता है चीजों को लेकर, लेकिन सही चीज किसी को नहीं है. तो आप हमेशा कोशिश करिए कि अच्छी चीज हम अपने क्लाइंट को दें या उसके यूजर को दें, जो भी यूजर है उसका. सो इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. सो फ्रेंड्स, नाउ वी हैड डिस्कस टिल दी basically the real estate lifestyle. Now, so friends, this is some slides. This is the authority of Haryana RERA leadership. This is the Panchkula. We are basically discuss now the authorities of North India, RERA, Delhi RERA, which we had discussed in our example. So, um, so this is there basically. So friends, we had discussed how important is this act and what are the professional opportunities in the. So friends, basically in our example, we had discussed two type of authorities. Firstly, RERA authority, Real Estate Regulatory Authority, RERA, Real Estate Regulatory Authority. Friends, remember two things. RERA is the constitutional body. RERA is the constitutional body and regulatory and monitoring
Sir,
authority.
sir, your slides are not changing.
परमवीर जी अभी स्लाइड्स चेंज हो रही हैं
No, sir, we cannot see the slides changing here.
ओके प्लीज सी परमवीर जी नाउ इज इट फाइन
Yes, sir, we can see the join.
okay now it is fine it is working now
Yes, sir.
okay thank you so nice so basically is my voice also audible now properly Paramveer ji?
Yes, sir, very fine.
So basically friends so this we had discussed numbers of things now we were discussing about the two authorities, RERA authority and competent authority, development authority, two authorities. Now, friends, what is the difference between these two type of authorities? So basically, RERA is a constitutional body, regulatory and monitoring authority. Okay, and and the competent authority, development authority, basically RERA authority is एक स्टेट में एक ही रेरा अथॉरिटी है लाइक महारेरा तमिलनाडु रेरा तेलंगाना स्टेट रेरा लाइक दिल्ली रेरा सो एक स्टेट में एक ही रेरा अथॉरिटी है और इट इज द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल बॉडी रेगुलेटरी एंड मॉनिटरिंग अथॉरिटी लाइक इन द केस ऑफ competent authority so or development authority competent authority or development authority means for regulation and promotion of a particular area like Delhi Development Authority for DDA for the development of Delhi okay so like this or Noida Authority okay like in Maharashtra there are number of authorities like in Tamil Nadu there are number of authorities so local development authority basically so the local development authority relating to the sanctioning of the maps and RERA is basically for the regulation and promotion regulatory and monitoring authority basically for the real estate sector so this is there so now friends we move to some good things some good aspects in the RERA so there are numbers of things in RERA. So this we will discuss later. So basically, friends, now with the help of example, now you can understand. We will discuss each and every aspect because we have discussed entire RERA with the help of single example, with the help of single hypothetical example. Now, registration of real estate project with the RERA authority. So we had already discussed. Okay. So now the important part is that there are two type of projects, ongoing and new. New projects, if your client or if any promoter like to launch any project recently, that is the new, obviously. And ongoing project means the project which are ongoing at the time of application of this act, at the time of commencement of this act. Okay, like this act had been commenced in 1st May 2017. Okay, if the project has not received any OCCC, in that case in that case, the project need to register with the RERA authority within the 3 months. But now that more time have lapsed, so now this is the time for the new project. Obviously, the ongoing projects are there in the market as well. So, but we have discussed theoretically this aspect, ongoing and new projects. Okay. So now there is also important thing regarding the renovation or repair or redevelopment. Redevelopment is model is very much prevalent in the Maharashtra area, in the Mumbai also MMR region. So if there is a redevelopment and there is a involvement of say marketing, selling, advertising, then definitely the same redevelopment project needs to be registered with the RERA authority. So that is there as well. So now you can understand the importance of real estate sector or importance of RERA for that matter. Okay. What are the punishment for non-registration under section 3 read with section 59? फ्रेंड्स बहुत ह्यूज पेनल्टीज है और एक्चुअल में पेनल्टीज लग रही हैं इट इज ऑलमोस्ट 10% ऑफ द प्रोजेक्ट आप सोच सकते हैं हाउ बिग इज दिस सो बेसिकली इफ से सो then the project cost is around 100 crore then the penalty will be almost 10%, almost 10 crore, and it is a criminal offense punishable with the imprisonment as well. So you can understand the if your client asks you, और अगर आप किसी प्रोजेक्ट में इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं या आपका कोई क्लाइंट पूछ रहा है तो डेफिनेटली आप उनको यही सजेस्ट कीजिए कि आपको रेरा रजिस्ट्रेशन कराना मैंडेटरी है, उसके अलावा आप कोई सेल नहीं कर सकते। और अगर आपको कोई किसी भी जगह आप इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं तो आप हमेशा रेरा रजिस्टर्ड प्रोजेक्ट में फ्रेंड्स इन्वेस्ट कीजिए, उसके अलावा मत कीजिए। आई कैन अंडरस्टैंड, वी कैन अंडरस्टैंड कि जनरली ये होता है कि मार्केट में अनऑथराइज्ड भी काफी सारी चीजें चल रही हैं जो कि सस्ती भी होती है, चीप होती है इन कंपैरिजन टू रेरा रजिस्टर्ड प्रोजेक्ट। लेकिन फ्रेंड्स इसके वो अनऑथराइज्ड है, कल को बिल्डिंग कभी भी गिराई जा सकती है या गिर सकती है, आप ये मान के चलिए। तो इन चीजों का जरूर ध्यान रखें अपने जीवन, ठीक है। सो बेसिकली फ्रेंड्स हम लोगों ने यहाँ तक चीजें डिस्कस की, उसके बाद हम लोग रेरा रजिस्ट्रेशन की बात करते हैं। तो रेरा रजिस्ट्रेशन की अगर हम लोग बात करें तो आपको सेक्शन 4 में एप्लीकेशन लगानी होती है फ्रेंड्स। So along with your application, you need to submit numbers of things: sanction map, layout plan, floor plan, elevation, different type of affidavits, documents, land, sale deed, JDA, joint development agreement, application form, allotment letter. You need to submit number of things. आप अपने क्लाइंट से, आप बिल्डर से बहुत अच्छी फीस मांग सकते हैं फ्रेंड्स, और आप मान के चलिए कि ये एक ऐसा सेक्टर है जो कि आपके लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, आप इसे इग्नोर ना करें। और बहुत ही अच्छी फीस इस सेक्टर में मिल सकती है आपको अपने क्लाइंट से, बिकॉज द टिकट साइज इज वेरी मच। आप ये मानिए कि एक ऐसी चीज है कि प्रॉपर्टी का टिकट साइज सबसे ज्यादा होगा। आज 70-80 लाख, 1 करोड़ से कम का तो कुछ मिलता ही नहीं है, ना कोई शॉप मिलती है, प्लॉट मिलता है, ना कोई अच्छी जगह पे कोई फ्लैट मिलता है। तो आप समझ सकते हैं कि आपको कितनी अच्छी फीस इससे मिल सकती है इस सेक्टर। सो दिस इज देयर बेसिकली। सो एप्लीकेशन फॉर रजिस्ट्रेशन की ये बात हुई फ्रेंड्स। इसके नाउ अलोंग विद दिस यू नीड टू सबमिट नंबर्स ऑफ थिंग्स with the registration application. Okay, and one more thing, that you need to submit various NOCs, which is in front of you. The slide is in front of you, friends. Fire, structural stability, lift, height clearance, numbers of NOCs, and the NOCs may depends on area to area basis as well. So friends, in the start of the session, I told you that today I am giving you the concept, basically, that you can understand what is RERA, real estate sector, so that there is a clarity in your mind. इट्स नॉट अबाउट फ्रेंड्स, मेरी आज कोशिश ये रहेगी कि हम लोग बहुत लॉ की बात भी ना करें, लीगल की बात भी ना करें, हम किसी भी चीज का प्रैक्टिकल एस्पेक्ट जरूर समझें कि व्हाट आर द प्रैक्टिकल एस्पेक्ट्स, व्हिच इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। So this is there. हाँ, एक वन मोर थिंग फ्रेंड्स, कॉम्पिटेंट अथॉरिटी के बारे में भी डिस्कस कर लेते हैं, विच इज ऑलवेज क्लोज टू माय हार्ट, दैट the development authority, competent authority. In our example, it was DDA, Delhi Development Authority. So these are the roles of the competent authority, which I have already explained you. बहुत बार होता है हम लोग केवल रेरा रेरा की बात करते हैं या रियल एस्टेट में, तो ऐसा नहीं है। कॉम्पिटेंट अथॉरिटीज का बहुत बड़ा रोल है। रेरा तो बाद में आता है फ्रेंड्स, सबसे पहले तो मैप ही सैंक्शन होंगे, बिना मैप के कुछ नहीं होगा। अगर आपको रेरा समझना है तो आपको कॉम्पिटेंट अथॉरिटीज की वर्किंग भी समझनी होगी, बिना इसके कभी कुछ नहीं हो सकता। ठीक है। So basically, competent authorities के जो काम है, which is outlined. The slide is in front of you. OCCC, compounding, purchasable FAR, floor area ratio, floor space index, revision of layout plan, which we have discussed in our example from 2-3 BHK to 4-5 BHK. Okay. And one more important aspect, if in our example the maps got sanctioned for 5 years, so there is a revalidation of and renewal of the maps for another 3 or 5 years. You need to check the practices in your state, in your district as well, or with your competent authority. So that is the. So friends, now I am we will discuss a more important aspect, GD. So friends, basically, so there are 2-3 models in the market prevalent regarding the GD. What is JDA? Let's take the example. In our example, ABC Private Limited, there was the promoter company ABC Private. ABC Private Limited does not have the construction experience. उन्होंने अप्रोच किया हमें DF Private Limited को। ABC ने कहा सर आप हमारे पास कंस्ट्रक्शन एंड डेवलपमेंट का एक्सपर्टीज नहीं है, सर आप प्लीज मदद कीजिए हमारी, और आप एज ए डेवलपर प्रमोटर बन जाए। So now in that case, ABC Private Limited will be the landowner promoter and DEF Private Limited will be the developer promoter. ABC a landowner promoter, DEF developer promoter. Now there is a execution of joint development agreement between both of them. ठीक है, उनके बीच में JDA हो जाएगा। कई सारे मॉडल्स हैं स्टेट टू स्टेट फ्रेंड्स, कंसोर्शियम एग्रीमेंट भी आप कर सकते हैं। ठीक है, स्टाम्प ड्यूटी ह्यूज लगती है। अगर हम लोग बात करें तो अगर दिल्ली की 5-6% लगती है, यूपी की बात करें हम लोग 6-7% लगती है, हरियाणा में 2% लगती है। तो आपको ये तय करना है कि आप किस मॉडल में जाना चाहते हैं। कंसोर्शियम एग्रीमेंट भी अपने आप में एक मॉडल है इसको करने का, वहां पे स्टाम्प ड्यूटी इतनी नहीं लगती जीडीए के केस में। ठीक है, या कंसोर्शियम एग्रीमेंट के केस में इस तरीके से है फ्रेंड्स। लेकिन बट ऑल्दो the project will be developed by the developer promoter, right? And we will file the application in the name of developer promoter, but we will add the landowner promoter as a co-promoter or land. So that is there basically. So this is the joint development aspect. So sometimes you should understand when you are investing, so you must make sure that if this is the joint development, then all the rights and obligation and duties must be bifurcated among the landowner promoter. So that is their joint development agreement. And friends, एक चीज जरूर ध्यान रखें कि आप अगर कोई भी डॉक्यूमेंट ड्राफ्ट कर रहे हैं तो रेरा लॉ को जरूर ध्यान में रखें। यू मस्ट कीप इन योर माइंड द स्पिरिट ऑफ द, इट इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट to understand the spirit before designing or execution of any document or any. So friends, penalties बहुत huge है अपने आप में, बहुत heavy penalties है। Minimum penalty 5% of the project cost है। तो आप ध्यान रखें, जो भी काम करें meticulously करें, फीस अच्छी लें नो डाउट, लेकिन काम अच्छा करके दें, परफेक्शन के साथ करके दें, चूंकि penalties बहुत heavy हैं और the RERA authorities are actually levying the penalties on the builders and promoters. So friends, that is there. ठीक है, ये कुछ डॉक्यूमेंट्स हैं, these are some of the documents outlined in the PPT, so you can have just reference. See, so this is pre-registration document, that is post-registration. This slide has already been shared by the committee, and you can ask from them directly. This slide, PPT and PDF, both have already been shared with the committee, with the team of ICI. So that is there. So this is the possession documents. I have already discussed about the possession. Registry of the allotted properties. So you need to take the signature, or you need to get these documents executed from your buyer, from your university. So that is there. So grant of registration, we have already discussed. Now, management of the stalled projects. Now, this is very, very important topic, yeah, chapter. So basically, friends, let's say that I have launched a project, like in our example, it was XYZ project, right? And in our case, we have launched the project and we have gave the date of, let's say, give some hypothetical things, let's say 2026. Okay. So now we have given the date of 2026. 2026 का हमने डेट दिया, 2026 का रजिस्ट्रेशन एप्लीकेशन. ठीक. So now 31st December 2026 तक हम लोग प्रोजेक्ट कंप्लीट कर. ठीक है. But what happened exactly? That in that case, now this date I have given in my registration application with the RERA, like Delhi RERA. Okay, you know. So friends, now I am executing BBA, basically builder buyer agreement, agreement for sale, which is my contractual obligation till the completion of the project. Okay. फ्रेंड्स मेक श्योर आज आपके जो भी क्वेश्चंस हैं हम जरूर डेफिनेटली डिस्कस करेंगे. हो सकता है मेरी स्पीड शायद कहीं कुछ फास्ट हो, लेकिन हम आप क्वेरी बॉक्स में इसको जरूर एड्रेस करेंगे. लास्ट 20-25 मिनट्स क्वेरीज के लिए रखेंगे, क्योंकि क्वेरीज में भी बहुत बार बहुत सारे टॉपिक्स डिस्कस हो जाते हैं जो यहाँ इस तरीके से स्लाइड रन थ्रू करने में नहीं हो पाते. ठीक है. सो फ्रेंड्स बेसिकली नाउ इन दैट केस आई गॉट द रजिस्ट्रेशन till 31st December 2006. Then the allotee comes to me, and then I will give them the agreement for sale, BBA, builder buyer agreement, agreement to sale, ATS. So with the date 31st December 2006. Some people asked me, sir क्या ये डेट 31 दिसंबर 2026 के बियॉन्ड भी हो सकती है? क्या मैं दे सकता हूँ ऐसे बिल्डर, क्योंकि मेरा रेरा में रजिस्ट्रेशन तो 2026 का है. फ्रेंड्स द आंसर इज बिग नो. यू कैन, द बिल्डर कैन नॉट गिव एनी डेट beyond 31st December 2026 in our example. Okay, some builders are still giving these dates beyond 2026, but it is beyond the year. So it is there basically. Now my project will not complete, may not complete, and now the date approached to me 31st December 2026. In that case, what happened? Okay, so client came to me, Gaurav ji, हमारा तो project का date complete हो गया 31st December 2026. What should I do? In that case, I will suggest to him, I have suggested to him, sir एक काम कीजिए कि आप रेरा अथॉरिटी दोबारा जाइए और रजिस्ट्रेशन की एप्लीकेशन आपकी तैयार कर देते हैं, फाइल कर देते हैं, और आपको 1 ईयर का मैक्सिमम एक्सटेंशन मिल जाए. ठीक है. तो इन दैट केस 31st December 2027. लेकिन आपको एक चीज ध्यान रखना है कि आपके जो सैंक्शन मैप्स हैं, बेसिकली कंस्ट्रक्शन मैप्स हैं, ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ विच यू आर डूइंग द कंस्ट्रक्शन, you are doing your construction. So the validity of the construction maps will be beyond December 2026 till the December 2027. The extension of registration maximum up to 1 year, not beyond that. लोग पूछेंगे सर ये तो बहुत कम है, 1 साल का एक्सटेंशन, तो इसको कैसे करेंगे, कैसे हो पाएगा? मैंने कहा सर थोड़ा रुकिए तो सही, लॉ में उसका भी, लेकिन आपको थोड़ा सा पेशेंस रखना पड़ेगा, धैर्य रखना पड़ेगा. सो बेसिकली we had discussed till now that there is a maximum extension of registration for 1 year. Okay, now 31st December 2027. अब सर मैंने क्लाइंट मेरे पास आया कि सर क्या मैं ऐसे कर सकता हूँ गौरव जी कि मेरा जो बीबीए है उसमें मैं 2027 की डेट दे सकता हूँ। ओल्ड वाले में जो हमारे एग्जिस्टिंग डीबी है उसमें क्या डेट चेंज मानी जाएगी? द आंसर इज बी। आपका जो कॉन्ट्रेक्चुअल ऑब्लिगेशन है फ्रेंड्स, वो 31 दिसंबर 2026 तक का ही रहेगा। बाय वर्च्यू ऑफ दिस एक्सटेंशन, दिस इज द एक्सटेंशन ऑफ रजिस्ट्रेशन, ये कंस्ट्रक्शन के लिए मुझे अथॉरिटी दे रही है, कंस्ट्रक्शन पूरा करने की। ठीक है, मेरा कॉन्ट्रेक्चुअल ऑब्लिगेशन इससे इंक्रीज नहीं होगा, which shall remain same, which is in our example 31 दिसंबर 2026। ठीक है। हाँ, उसके बियॉन्ड आपको बायर को जो भी आपकी स्टेट में रेट है, MCLR+1, MCLR+2, वो आपको पेनल्टी देनी हो आपके बायर को। ठीक है। एसबीआई MCLR हाईएस्ट करीब करीब 8.5-9% तक आता है। तो MCLR हाँ 8.5% आता है, 8.5। और आपका +1 हम जब मार्कअप करते हैं तो 9.5 तक वो पहुंचता है। इस तरीके से फ्रेंड्स ये बात रही। अब क्लाइंट मेरे पास फिर आया, गौरव जी मेरा तो रजिस्ट्रेशन फिर खत्म हो गया दिसंबर 2027। मैंने कहा सर आप क्या कर रहे हैं, आप प्रोजेक्ट पूरा क्यों नहीं कर रहे हैं? तो उन्होंने, क्लाइंट ने मुझे कहा, प्रमोटर ने, बिल्डर ने, कि सर हमारा तो प्रोजेक्ट पूरा नहीं होता क्योंकि हमारा तो माल ही नहीं बिक रहा, हमारी यूनिट्स की सेल नहीं हो रही है और फंड्स फ्लो की या कैश फ्लो की बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है। तो मैंने कहा सर रुकिए, मैंने कहा कि सर आप एक काम कीजिए, आप एक एओए बनाइए और उससे अपना प्रपोजल दीजिए। ठीक है, हम इसे कंसिडर करेंगे। इस तरीके से सेक्शन 7 सबसेक्शन 3 रेड विद 8। तो फ्रेंड्स आपको इस केस में अपना एओए की अप्रूवल लानी पड़ेगी, एसोसिएशन ऑफ अलॉटीज की, और 51% अलॉटीज की कंसेंट। हम रियल एस्टेट सेक्टर में बायर्स को अलॉटीज बोलते हैं। सो इन दैट केस यू नीड टू हैव द consent of more than 51% of the allottees, and then this consent and AOA shall submit along with the extension application. And in that case, you shall have the extension along with the explanatory note. Okay, so why this project is had been delayed so much? So that is. So these are the, basically friends, it is not elsewhere in the law. It is pure concept. It's based on the experience, market understanding, deep insights. So basically it is there. Now, friends, I am moving to a new concept because there are numbers of concepts I can understand. So, hope I am not boring to you. The हमेशा मेरा कहना होता है सारे टॉपिक बार बार, रेरा एक बार। इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एंड इट अफेक्ट्स अवर लाइफ because it is the biggest decision and जरूर आपकी जो भी क्वेरीज हो आप एज ए इन्वेस्टर के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से भी पूछिए, नॉट ओनली विद द प्रोफेशनल अपॉर्चुनिटीज बट इन्वेस्टर के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से भी पूछिए। अगर आपको घर खरीदना है, शॉप ऑफिस खरीदना है, प्लॉट खरीदना है, कोई भी चीज परचेज करनी है, तो किस तरीके से आप अपने इंटरेस्ट को प्रोटेक्ट करें, अपने राइट्स को प्रोटेक्ट करें, किस तरीके से इस जाल में फंसने से बचें, तो ये आप मेक श्योर करें। इस तरीके से ये अपना फ्रेंड यहां तक हम लोगों ने डिस्कस किया। ठीक है, सो नाउ वी आर मूविंग टू दी रियल एस्टेट एजेंट। यस, अगर आप कोई ब्रोकर है, चैनल पार्टनर है, रियल एस्टेट एजेंट है, देन यू शैल मेक the registration application with the respective data authority, and on the basis of that the authority shall grant, the authority may grant the registration to you in that case, and only after that you can start the work of real estate agent. Friends, recently what happened, that couple of states have notified the guidelines regarding the examination, regarding the training, examination and certification, like Maharera, like UP-RERA. Recently, UP-RERA, Uttar Pradesh Real Estate Regulatory Authority, station headquartered at Lucknow, had notified the guidelines regarding the training, examination, and certification. Now the new real estate agents shall only be carried out their work along when they got the this certification regarding the training and examination. Then this certificate shall be submitted with the registration application on the portal of UP. Like in that case, the Maharera is doing. So basically, Maharashtra is always the front runner regarding the real estate movement, and there are numbers of things. So there are almost more than 35,000 projects situated in the Maharashtra. The housing policies are very strong and the real estate market really strong. But other markets are also doing good, like the 7, 8 big metro cities and capitals, state capitals, and Delhi NCR. So these they are also doing good. Now the new aspect. Basically, I am touching some new aspects as well during the discussion, during the session, during the webinar. So basically, there is a much more need to look towards the tier 2, 3, and 4 cities as well. It's not only about the development of metro cities or state capitals or country capital. There is a much need for the development of tier 2 and tier 3 cities as well. So friends, which is also there. So we have discussed about the real estate agent, and now we are moving towards some important aspects, friends. So friends, just you need to go through these slides. Everything is there. So friends, when I got the registration, then there is a regular compliance, there is a quarterly progress report. You need to upload the allotted flats, shops, apartment, construction progress, site progress, physical, financial. और मेरा यही कहना है कि if you like to do the practice in RERA as a chartered accountant, as a CA, then you need to make the panel of architect, engineer, CA. So it will be a smooth cakewalk for you in that case. So or it's a single window platform for that matter. So it is there. So you can do that as well. Friends, now we are moving towards the registration of agreement for sale. So basically, friends, now you can't ask more than 10%. मैं आपको एक एग्जांपल से और बताता हूँ. Let's say if the property cost, if the flat cost is almost 1 crore, so you can ask only booking amount up to 10%, which is 10. If you need to take more than 10%, then firstly you need to execute the agreement for sale or registered it with the local law. Okay, so in that it is there. If so ultimately you cannot ask any amount more than 10%, which is very important aspect. So you should know about this fact. Okay, and beyond 10%, if you need to ask any amount, then firstly you need to execute the agreement for sale with your allotee, existing allotees. Okay, so now section 14. Friends, we have already discussed regarding the revision of the layout plan. Okay, so in let's connect with our example, hypothetical example. So at least friends, now you can connect with the example. So we have spent 5 or 10 minutes for that example. Now you can correlate the things with that live example. Section 14, layout plan, floor plan. If you like to go for any revision, अगर आपको अपने मैप में कोई रिवीजन कराना है, अगर हम अपने एग्जांपल की बात करें from 2-3 BHK to 4-5 BHK, okay, so in that case you need to submit the drawing first, and then DDA gave me the sanction कि सर आप ये ले लीजिए. Now you can start the construction for tower C and D for 4 and 5 BHK. So that is there. Friends, one important aspect is that, let's say there are 100 allottees. Please understand this example carefully. If there are 100 allottees, friends, so you need to submit the consent of 2/3 allottees, almost 70%, 70 allottees. Okay, you need to submit with the competent authority, which is in our case Delhi Development Authority, DDA, and with the RERA as well, with the RERA authority as and when required by the RERA authority, by Delhi RERA. Okay, 70 allottees consent, right? Then if say ये जो स्कीम है फ्रेंड्स रिवीजन की, ये आपकी स्कीम नहीं रुकेगी, लेकिन इफ एनी माइनॉरिटी अलॉटी, सर हमने माइनॉरिटी शेयर होल्डर तो सुना था, माइनॉरिटी अलॉटी नया कॉन्सेप्ट है. यस, दिस इज द कॉन्सेप्ट एज वेल, बट इट इज नो वेयर रिटन इन द बुक्स ऑफ बुक्स. Basically it is the ये कोर्ट में जितने भी केसेस वगैरह हुए रेरा से रिलेटेड, उसमें ये सारी बातें आई थी. तो basically your scheme regarding the revision of the sanction maps will not stop, but uh, but basically now if I am a minority allottee remaining in the 30%, तो total 30 is the minority allottee, तो मैं अपना रिफंड मांग सकता. I can ask for my refund along with the interest that I am not satisfied with this 4 and 5 BHK, क्योंकि सर मेरी तो धूप आनी रुक जाएगी, पानी आना रुक जाएगा, मेरा बारिश में मेरा पानी नहीं आएगा, मुझे साफ धूप नहीं आएगी, आपने टावर्स की हाइट बढ़ा दी है 4-5 BHK. ये सब चीजें फ्रेंड्स मार्केट में होती. So it is there. I actually, friends, you know that today we are. I am connecting you to the real world, to the real example, basically. So that is there. And one more thing, the structural defect liability for finance, friends. So make sure if your client is launching any project, so you need to have some provision for defect liability period. So it is the guarantee period, or you say warranty period for defect liability. Yes, there is a guarantee and warranty in the real estate sector as well. Not only with the FMCG or some other goods, there is a guarantee, or electrical goods compliant, electrical appliances for that matter. So there is a guarantee and warranty in the real estate sector. So that is there. So friends, this is very, very important. Examples. This is also one of the important aspect. Section 15. Friends, मार्केट में इस तरह के काफी सारे प्रोजेक्ट्स हैं कि अगर कोई स्टॉल प्रोजेक्ट है तो वो सेक्शन 7 और 8 में आएगा. अगर कोई स्टॉल प्रोजेक्ट मींस that the construction had been halted since last 3-4 years or 5 years, or maybe possible that there is no progress on the construction side. Okay, so in that case, if you make any proposal regarding the extension of the project, then it will come under the section 7 and 8 of the act of the RERA. And what is this section 50? Let's say, for example, ABC Private Limited XYZ project. Now, ABC Private Limited promoters, shareholder, do not want to continue in the business of real estate. They like to sell their property. Okay, they like to sell their project. Then, as a DEF Private Limited, उन्होंने मुझे अप्रोच किया कि गौरव जी आप हमारा प्रोजेक्ट ले लीजिए और हम आपको देने के लिए तैयार हैं. ठीक है. Then in that case, what are the procedure? आप तो मुझे एबीसी मुझे डीएफ प्राइवेट लिमिटेड के नाम पर 2/3 अलॉटीज के कंसेंट की जरूरत होगी, रेरा की परमिशन की जरूरत होगी, उसी के बाद ही आपका मैनेजमेंट चेंज होगा. इस तरीके से ये सब चीजें हैं फ्रेंड्स. आपको एक एक पॉइंट को अच्छे से डिटेल में समझना होगा. इसके अलावा आपको अदर एक्ट्स भी डिस्कस करने होंगे. रेरा के जो रूल्स होते हैं, नोटिफिकेशंस होते हैं. फ्रेंड्स, कई बार ये बात आती है, लोग पूछते हैं कि सर रेरा के ऊपर कोई अच्छी बुक है क्या. हमेशा मेरा कहना ये होता है कि आप जो स्टेट रेरा अथॉरिटी की जो पोर्टल है, आप उसको रिकमेंड, मैं हमेशा रिकमेंड करता हूं, आप उससे स्टडी करिए. सीधे आप रूल्स, रेगुलेशन, ऑफिस ऑर्डर, नोटिफिकेशन, एक्ट, आप वहां से पढ़िए, आपको खुद बहुत क्लैरिटी आएगी फ्रेंड्स. इसके अलावा मतलब अपना अपना पढ़ने का तरीका होता है, बट it is already there. Much of the information is already there in the book. So I think you may refer, or you without referring any books, you can study from there itself. Okay. So now friends, now one important topic we were missing about that. Now this 170/30 wala option. So this is much needed actually. So RERA escrow mechanism. So friends, any real estate project or any real estate promoter need to open 3 bank accounts, 170 or 30, 3 bank accounts. Okay. So in 3 bank accounts, let's say for example, there is a customer check of ₹1. किसी भी प्रमोटर को 3 बैंक अकाउंट ओपन करने होंगे और रजिस्ट्रेशन एप्लीकेशन के साथ ये 3 बैंक अकाउंट्स मेंशन. ठीक, मेरी कोशिश रहेगी कि हम बैंक से रिलेटेड सारे एस्पेक्ट डिस्कस करें, उसके बाद हम लोग बायर्स और रोयल्टीज की कंप्लेंट पे आएंगे, ठीक है। तो फ्रेंड्स बेसिकली द बिल्डर गॉट द चेक ऑफ ₹1 lakh, okay. In that case there are two pipelines, 70-30 automatically. There is a shifting of 70%, 30% automatically on the basis of a standing instruction. The builder and promoter can open these three bank accounts with any private sector bank. You can go with the SDFC, ICICI, Axis, or with any private sector bank, Kotak Mahindra for that matter. And you can go with the SBI, Punjab National Bank. So these are the front pages. Okay. So basically, friends, so it is there. Now, uh, now, now, what happened? What happened that builder got the check of ₹1 lakh, automatically distribution of amount 70% 70,000, 30% 30,000. Okay. Now let's move further. So this 70% amount must be spent. 70,000 in our example must be spent construction and development cost, land cost, or interest cost. Okay. And 30% is builder's portion. So the heads are listed, outlined here: sales and marketing, commission, brokerage, blah, blah, blah. So that is there. So in that case, the promoter company, in our example, ABC Private Limited, shall submit architect engineer CA certificate on quarterly basis to the respective banker or to the RERA. Okay. On the basis of withdrawal eligibility, whatever it is, maybe it is stated in the CA certificate, withdrawal eligibility CA certificate में मेंशन होती है। रेरा रिएम्बर्समेंट का मॉडल है, आप हमेशा ध्यान रखिए, जितना पैसा आप खर्च करेंगे उतने का आप रिएम्बर्समेंट ले सकते हैं, उतना विड्रॉ कर सकते हैं, ठीक है। तो आप यहाँ पे ये आर्किटेक्ट इंजीनियर सीए सर्टिफिकेट के बेसिस पे आप अपनी जो आपने कॉस्ट इनकर्ड की है अमाउंट विड्रॉ कर सकते हैं। क्या सर, डेवलपमेंट राइट्स की जो फीस होती है, अगर कोई डेवलपमेंट राइट्स है, रेवेन्यू शेयरिंग, तो क्या वो लैंड कॉस्ट का पार्ट होगा? द आंसर इज यस। मैं कुछ एफओक्यूज भी हम लोग साथ में डिस्कस करेंगे। सो नाउ फ्रेंड्स, दिस 170-30, नाउ I am twisting this story. Now there is a disbursement of 100% construction finance term loan. In that case, what would happen? In that case, yes, the construction finance will go to my 70% bank. 100, this 100% disbursement, construction finance, term loan, secured, unsecured, by whatever name, okay, which will go into my 70%. Now, next, move forward. Now, what happened in the market? So basically, 170-30, 1 lakh rupees का चेक आया, 70,000 70% बैंक अकाउंट, 30,000 30% बैंक। Now, what happened? बैंक कर क्या रहे हैं मार्केट में कि जो 70% वाला अकाउंट है उससे 70,000 रुपीज 30% वाले बैंक अकाउंट में शिफ्ट कर। So now money have no color. So basically now in our 30% bank account, there is a 100% amount. So in that case, now there is a collection of ₹1 lakh in our exam. 1 lakh rupees का चेक आया, two pipeline, 70-30, 70,000 30,000, then 70,000 to 30,000, ठीक है, तो 1 lakh rupees का गया। Then in that case, usually ये जो चीजें हो रही है, this is happened where there is a construction finance term, because the borrower, the lender basically, like say ICICI Bank Limited has given us construction finance term loan. So the ICICI Bank Limited cannot impose any mortgage condition on 70% bank account. So what they are doing, they are shifting from 70% to 30%. Okay. But this is against the spirit of RERA, against the scheme of RERA, this mechanism. The act categorically states कि आपको जो भी पेमेंट करना है वो 70% अकाउंट से पेमेंट करना है, कंस्ट्रक्शन एंड डेवलपमेंट कॉस्ट का लैंड कॉस्ट का जो भी पेमेंट करना है वो 70% बैंक अकाउंट से पेमेंट करना है, ठीक है। अब 70, अगर ये इंटेंशन था तो फिर 70% बैंक अकाउंट की जरूरत ही क्या थी? इसी वजह से तो था कल को कि ऑडिट होने लगे तो 70% बैंक अकाउंट से पेमेंट दिखे, शो हो। लेकिन अब हो रहा है तो हो रहा है मार्केट में। रेरा अथॉरिटीज ने इसको लेकर काफी कहा भी है, इंस्ट्रक्शंस भी दिए हैं, लेकिन अभी भी ये चीज ठीक नहीं, ठीक है। तो इस तरीके से ये सिस्टम है। उसके बाद जो भी प्रीपेमेंट लेंडर के होंगे, हाँ एक चीज फ्रेंड्स इंपॉर्टेंट है, कंस्ट्रक्शन फाइनेंस और टर्म लोन का अगर कोई प्रिंसिपल रीपेमेंट है तो वो 70% बैंक अकाउंट से पे नहीं होगा, वो 30% बैंक अकाउंट से पे होगा। ये इंपॉर्टेंट है, आप ये बात जरूर ध्यान रखें, ठीक है। इस तरीके से फ्रेंड्स ये एक बार बस आप देख लें, ये फॉर्मेट्स हैं आर्किटेक्ट इंजीनियर सीए सर्टिफिकेट के थैंक्स। तो ये सीए सर्टिफिकेट में जो भी विड्रॉल की एलिजिबिलिटी होगी उसके बेसिस पे विड्रॉ होगा, ये है। इस तरीके से फ्रेंड्स ये यहाँ हमने डिस्कस किया, ये लीगेसी स्टॉल्ड रियल एस्टेट प्रोजेक्ट की ये जो अमिताभ कांत कमेटी की रिपोर्ट थी उसका एक जिस्ट है, उसकी एक समरी है। सो फ्रेंड्स, नाउ वी आर मूविंग टू द कस्टमर कंप्लेंट्स, कंज्यूमर कंप्लेंट्स। सो बेसिकली फ्रेंड्स, जैसे हमने अभी अपना एग्जांपल लिया था कि अगर मैं एक अलॉटी हूँ, बायर है हूँ मैं, और इफ आई एम इन्वेस्टिंग इन द प्रोजेक्ट एक्स वाई जेड प्रोजेक्ट फेज 1, और जो प्रोजेक्ट की लास्ट डेट है, द लास्ट डेट ऑफ द प्रोजेक्ट इज 31st December 2026, in that case which also stated in my agreement for sale, in my BBA, builder buyer agreement. So the if the builder is not giving me the possession, right? So the section, the relevant portion of the law is in front of you. If the builder is not giving me the possession till 31st December 2026, in that case, I can demand for the compensation like, at the rate of MCLR plus 1. Also, I can ask for return of amount, refund of if builder is giving me the possession in year 2027. But some people ask me, sir, हमने तो एक्सटेंशन ले लिया, हमने 31st December 2027 तक का एक्सटेंशन ले लिया। फ्रेंड्स, the extension is for the construction, but the contractual obligation will not extend automatically by virtue of this extension, which will be there, which will remain till 31st December 2027. So that is there. Okay. So now I can ask for refund if the construction is beyond 31st December 2026. But be cautionary. But be caution. The RERA authorities are not allowing the refund if the project has been substantially completed, because it will jeopardize to the interest of the other authorities as well. It is because the builder has already invested the amount in the project itself, and it is difficult at this advanced stage of construction and development to shell out this money for refund to the buyers, to the allotors. Because now at the stage of final construction and development and finishing stage, it will be difficult for builder to give any money for or refund any, बहुत डिफिकल्ट होगा बिल्डर के लिए कोई भी अमाउंट देना। लेकिन ठीक है, ये केस टू केस बेसिस पे है, और अगर कहीं पे सब्सटेंशियल कंस्ट्रक्शन है तो वहां पे जनरली रिफंड वगैरह अलाउ नहीं, ठीक है। उसके अलावा अगर कोई भी मैटर है रेरा से रिलेटेड, सो यू कैन ऑलवेज फाइल अपील टू द अपीलेट ट्राइब्यूनल, रियल एस्टेट अपीलेट ट्राइब्यूनल ऑफ योर रेस्पेक्टिव स्टेट। यू कैन फाइल अगेंस्ट द ऑर्डर ऑफ रेरा अथॉरिटी, and which is the appellate forum, and against which you can file the appeal against the order of REIT, Real Estate Appellate Tribunal. You can file the appeal to the High Court of the respective state. So this is the adjudicating mechanism in the RERA Act itself. So which is there. So we have discussed some couple of things on this as well. So friends, almost we have completed the RERA law. The time is running short. and there are numbers of things in RERA itself. So I think within a 5 minutes, I am also touching some important aspects. So friends, after 5 minutes, we will start the question and answer session. So which is there. So if you like to go for the practice in RERA, so you need to understand the local laws as well, because the land is the state subject always. So these are these some local laws of Haryana. These are the local laws of Delhi. So which is there. So that is there. So these are the local laws of UP, Uttar Pradesh state of North India. So which is there. So you need to, or also you need to understand the Apartment Ownership Act, which is very important aspect, to understand the Apartment Ownership Act. So it is there in the law. So that is there. So friends, I think we shall move to the question and answer session. So Parambir ji, can you please uh, help us to locate the
Sure, sir.
where I can find all this.
Sir, I shall read the questions for you one by one.
Please tell me.
Sir, to start with, the first question is how to protect fraud of builders? What is the check of construction versus plan approved?
So basically, Parambir ji, this is the general thing in the market, that first of all, every builder is not doing the fraudulent activities, but yes, there are certain builders and promoters in the market, those are doing these fraudulent activities. So you need to be cautioned about that. So if you know that if you like to invest in any project, firstly you should be doubly sure, and you must check the RERA portal, and you need to check the sanction maps, layout plan, floor plan, specifications, and even for that matter, if the builder is committing anything in their agreement for sale or builder buyer agreement BBA, so you need to make sure that whatever the builder is committing, which must be uploaded, which must be submitted to RERA authority. So you can check from the RERA portal, which is in the public domain, or if there is a deviation, so you can always ask from the builder regarding that. So far, the deviation of maps or deviation of or quality is concerned. So deviation of maps is always there, but you need to check. You can also check the regarding the maps with the competent authority by filing the RTI, right to information application, with the competent authority regarding the maps. And so far the quality is concerned, so I think it was there in the question, na, Paramveer, regarding the quality matter.
No, sir. The question was what is the check of construction versus plan approved?
I told you na, that basically whatever the construction is there, so you can check it. You can check with the competent authority. The competent authority grants the completion certificate, occupancy certificate. So generally ये OCS CC की एप्लीकेशन बिल्डर्स लगाते हैं, तो वहां से भी इसको चेक किया जा सकता है, उसके बेसिस पर उनसे भी क्लैरिफिकेशन मांगा जा सकता है. तो इस तरीके से ये सारे पॉइंट्स हैं, पैरामीटर्स हैं जो कि देखे जाने
Okay,
चाहिए.
sir. Sir, the next question is what all complaints of co-promoters, members of society going for redevelopment can be resolved at RERA, specifically MahaRERA?
Can you please repeat it again? Please.
What all complaints of co-promoters can be resolved at RERA, specifically MahaRERA?
So basically, Paramveer ji, this is the redevelopment concept. Generally, बॉम्बे में ये prevalent है. महारेरा के context में क्वेश्चन है. तो
Yes.
अगर हम लोग बाकी और भी जिन्होंने क्वेश्चन पूछा है, अगर वो थोड़ा सा और लाइट थ्रो कर पाए क्वेश्चन पे, बाकी इन दिस लिमिटेड सिनेरियो मैं यही बोलूंगा कि जिस भी तरह की जो कंप्लेंट्स हैं, अगर को प्रमोटर से रिलेटेड कंप्लेंट्स हैं या प्रमोटर से रिलेटेड कंप्लेंट्स हैं, तो महारेरा या कोई भी रेरा अथॉरिटी में आप कंप्लेंट फाइल कर सकते हैं. यू कैन फाइल द कंप्लेंट अंडर सेक्शन 31 ऑफ द एक्ट, और which is the appropriate platform, and you can always file the complaint, and you can put your problem, or you can put the in your complaint that whatever the relief you want to see with the महारेरा. आप अपनी कंप्लेंट के ड्राफ्ट में एक चीज मेंशन कर सकते हैं कि को प्रमोटर से रिलेटेड या सोसाइटी रीडेवलपमेंट में किस तरह की आपको प्रॉब्लम्स आ रही हैं, या क्या चीजें हैं वहां पे दिक्कतें, वो सारी चीजें भी आप वहां पर मेंशन कर सकते हैं. तो इस तरीके से, या अगर कोई लैंड से रिलेटेड है, या एग्जीक्यूशन की प्रॉब्लम आ रही है, या बिल्डर एब्सकॉन्डर हो गया है, आई थिंक इसी से रिलेटेड सारी बातें होंगी. तो ये सब चीजें भी आप वहां पे डाल सकते हैं. तो ये जनरली इसी तरह की प्रॉब्लम रीडेवलपमेंट में यूजुअली देखी गई है या आती हैं. ये है.
Right. Sir, the next question is, the original project completion date for a residential property was 2023, which was subsequently extended by 1 year till July 2024. The project is at mid-stage and will need further extension till 2029. 70% sales have happened. What is the procedure for extension for next time? For the second time?
For the second time, so basically, in this scenario, what I understand that the promoter company is asking for, the promoter or builder is asking for the extension till 2029. So definitely this will go with the section 7 read with section 8 of the RERA Act, definitely. And the promoter need to file the application with the RERA authority or a respective state RERA. And in that case, the promoter shall submit the uh, the the consent of the registered association of allottees RWA. You need to firstly got the registered RWA, and then take the consent of RWA, AOA, Association of Allottees. Secondly, the more than 51% allottees buyer's consent must be accompanied with the application, along with the physical, financials, reason for delay, the financial roadmap for completion of the project. So this will be there. But in this scenario, the promoter is asking for a uh, big number of year. I think in your whatever the questions you ask me, that it is from 24 to 29. So it is very big, but definitely the authority will examine the nitties and gritties and the size of the project. It will also depend the size of the project. Maybe possible there are numbers of tower 10 or 12. In that scenario, the authority may grant subject to certain conditions or imposing certain condition, or definitely it is pertinent to mention that the sanction maps, the construction maps must always be in place, and the construction validity must be there till 2020 as well. So this is the procedure for the another extension till 2000.
So the next question is, project of residential township getting delayed by 4 months and may further delay by 6 to 8 months. Whether RERA will help to streamline the project or get compensation?
Definitely, there are two questions in your question. One, I will discuss it as a compensation part. Definitely, you can ask for refund of your amount. But if the project substantially completed, then RERA may disallow the regarding the refund, because refund is a huge amount. But definitely, you can ask for the compensation or interest or penalty at the rate of MCLR plus 1. In some of these states, it is at the rate of MCLR plus 2, MCLR marginal cost of lending rate, SBI highest MCLR basically, which is almost 8.85 somewhere, plus 1%, 9.85. So it is almost the rate of home loan. One aspect is this. And but generally what happened, the customer also do not want, or investor do not want the refund. In this scenario, it is very interesting scenario. if अगर आपने 3 या 4 हजार रुपए स्क्वायर फीट पे प्रॉपर्टी बुक की है, लेकिन आज मार्केट में 7 और 8 हजार रुपए स्क्वायर फीट का हो गया है, तो कोई भी फिर रिफंड के लिए एप्लीकेशन नहीं देगा। वो सबको ये लगेगा कि मार्केट में तो रेट बढ़ ही चुका है, मैं रीसेल में उसे बेच दूंगा। तो फिर वो जनरली कंपनसेशन के लिए लोग जाते हैं। ठीक है। और सेकंड क्वेश्चन, आप ही के क्वेश्चन में मैं अगर लूं उसे, तो रेरा विल डेफिनेटली हेल्प आउट। आप रेरा में एप्लीकेशन फाइल कर सकते हैं। अभी मैंने जो लास्ट मेरा रिप्लाई था उसमें हमने एक्सटेंशन की बात की थी फ्रॉम 2024 टू 29। तो सेम प्रोसीजर कट कॉपी पेस्ट यहां भी इसमें लगेगा कि आप रेरा में एप्लीकेशन फाइल कर सकते हैं, आप अपनी तरफ से बायर एसोसिएशन बना सकते हैं और अपनी एप्लीकेशन फाइल कर सकते हैं। ये रेरा आपको डेफिनेटली हेल्प करेगा। और इन दैट सिनेरियो रेरा आल्सो अपॉइंट पीए एंड एमसी, प्रोजेक्ट एडवाइजरी एंड मॉनिटरिंग कमेटी, on case to case basis, on project to project basis.
Thank you, sir. Sir, the next question is, if any developer in NCR intends to sell plot at measuring more than 500 square meters in his project where infrastructure have been developed, that is roads, powers, etc., in NRC, whether he need to get it registered under UP RERA?
So basically, what I understand in the example, in this question, कि कोई प्रोजेक्ट है माना यूपी का एनसीआर रीजन का, और प्रोजेक्ट में जो बेसिक फैसिलिटीज और एमिनिटीज हैं, लाइक एसटीपी, डब्ल्यूटीपी, पार्क, प्लेग्राउंड, वाटर वाटर टैंक, अंडरग्राउंड वाटर टैंक या ओवरहेड वाटर टैंक वगैरह की जो फैसिलिटीज होती है, वो सारी फैसिलिटीज कंप्लीट हो चुकी हैं। And in that scenario, after this, I am assuming that promoter company had got the layout completion or completion certificate from the development authority. Then in that case, there is no necessity to go for the any registration with UPRERA. Or if you are in middle of doing this, or if you like to sell the plot, आप इसके अगर बीच में हैं लेकिन आपकी एक्टिविटीज कंप्लीट नहीं हुई है, लेआउट कंप्लीशन नहीं मिला है, तो आपको डेफिनेटली रजिस्ट्रेशन की एप्लीकेशन यूपी रेरा लखनऊ के साथ ऑनलाइन फाइल करनी है।
So the next question is, if the area is 450 square meters and apartments are 9 units, then RERA is applicable or not?
If there is a more than 8 apartments, this limit of 500 square meters or 8 apartments, either or limit. If the builder and promoter is developing more than 8 apartments, then definitely there shall be RERA registration required. Nonetheless, although the plot size is less than 500 square meter, the applicability of the registration is there. This limit of, again I am repeating it categorically, this limit of 500 square meters or 8 apartments, either or. If there is a one of the limits satisfied, then you need to go for the RERA registration.
Right, sir.
Next.
Sir, the next question is, if builder gives allotment letter and takes money from the investors before getting RERA registration, what are the consequences of the same?
जेल में जाएगा, ये कॉन्सिक्वेंस है मैडम। अब देखिए, वो तो डिपेंड करेगा कि व्हाट विल हैपन टू हिम। डेफिनेटली it is a criminal offense, major criminal offense. The some of the builders and promoters are doing this fraudulent activities in the market now till this time as well. And even though it is not about taking the RERA registration, the maps not get sanctioned, only the project has launched, even there is no where about the land. यहां तक है कि लैंड का भी नहीं पता, नक्शों का नहीं पता, रेरा का नहीं पता, प्रोजेक्ट लॉन्च हो गया, रातों रात बिक गया, और उसके बाद उसका किसी चीज का कुछ नहीं पता। सो डेफिनेटली देयर इज ए ह्यूज रिपरकशंस टू दैट, नॉट ओनली विद द रेरा, देयर इज ए ईडी एंड सीबीआई एज वेल।
So the next question is, whether RERA is required for commercial property built up by the promoter only for leasing purpose.
If any builder is doing commercial property for leasing purpose, be it leasing from 3 year to 27 year, 25 year, 9 year for that matter. So there is no necessity for the RERA registration, definitely. But some of the RERA authorities are asking to register these projects as well. But yes, in the codified law, there is no necessity for to get registered these project, because you are giving them on rent only. So leasing, basically you are giving them on rent. Okay, so the involvement of RERA is there when there is a sale and purchase of the property. Okay, so there is no necessity to take the RERA.
So the next question is the builder required to pay GST under RCM on one-time lease payment to any regional authority for allotment of land?
Parambir ji, this needs to be checked with the tax experts. So our domain is RERA and development authorities. Sorry for this question. This needs to be checked with the GST experts and GST chartered accountants.
So the next question is, can RERA extension be done with two-third majority even if there is no change in plans?
Definitely, definitely, the RERA registration, the RERA extension shall be there. There are two things in your question. One is the RERA extension, extension of the registration, and the revision in the plans. So there are two things. Firstly, the extension, you can have the extension without the sanction, without the revision of the maps. There is so basically there are two aspects. Revision of the maps is something different, and the extension of the project is something different. अगर आपके project की validity complete हो गई है, then you go for the extension of registration, or with or without consent of the allottees. In some of the cases, there is a consent required for the extension. In some of the cases, there is no necessity for the consent. So far, this revision part is concerned in any project, it definitely it shall be required two-third buyers, two-third existing buyers consent. Okay, so it is there basically.
Sir, the next question is, an old apartment of 10 units is now redeveloped to 12 apartments. Builder is being given 2 apartments to cover the cost of construction. Other individuals, 10 apartments built up area are safe. Is RERA to be complied with registered?
I think uh, the the question. I think the user want to ask the question whether the RERA registration is required or not. I think I am
Yes,
getting
yes.
this. So definitely, this is above the 8 apartments. This is above the eight flats. So there is the necessity for the RERA registration, because 10 or 12, there must be necessity for the RERA registration with the respective RERA authority. If this is pertaining to the Maharashtra, Mumbai, then Maharira in that case.
So next question is, if any promoter got his project registered under UP RERA but could not complete the project within timeline, applied for extension for 1 year, which also got passed. I guess someone has just missed the question.
So I think the person like to ask what would happen beyond 1 year, because the 1 year has already been elapsed. एक साल भी खत्म हो चुका है, तो उसके बाद यूपी का अगर केस है तो उनको ये देखना होगा, they need to check whether the project had got the COVID extension, COVID first wave, COVID-19 first wave, second wave extension as well. If those extension have already been elapsed, then the promoter company must submit the application under section 7 subsection 3 read with section 8, which we have already explained regarding the stalled project application for the stalled project with the more than 51% allottees consent, और आपको एओए बनानी होगी, एओए की कंसेंट लेनी होगी. वो सब बातें हम लोग पीछे भी डिस्कस कर ही चुके हैं, तो उसके अकॉर्डिंगली आपको एप्लीकेशन लगेगा.
Sir, is escrow account compulsory in RERA, or whether a simple separate account for depositing 70% is sufficient?
No, the escrow account is compulsory under RERA, and this is 170-30 mechanism. 70% account is escrow account, or it is stated as by the nomenclature of separate bank account under the RERA Act. So you cannot simply do this. You need to check with your respective escrow banker, and this these three bank accounts automatically operated on the basis of standing instruction on the basis of SIs by the escrow bank. So it is not under the normal scheme. It is under the these bank accounts have been opened by the escrow banker under the special category under the special scheme of RERA. Okay. So these are not the normal account. Basically, 100% and 70%, both the accounts are escrow. 30% is free transaction and current.
So the next question is also about bank accounts. Initially, as per RERA provisions, two bank accounts were required to be opened by developer. That project is still being continued. Can he continue with two RERA bank accounts, or he should close one of those?
So basically, what I understand that that might be the promoter company has opened more than two 70% bank account, more than one account pertaining to the 70% bank account. Yes, definitely, one account must be closed, shall be closed immediately if it is not closed earlier, definitely. And there is only one account which is separate account, only one account in the project which is 70% bank account, and the construction and development cost, land cost must be spent with this account. The second account must be closed immediately. What I understand from the question.
So, sir, the next question is, I was supposed to get possession in 2021 and up to now not got possession, and they are calculating the delay due to corona and other issue. How to deal with it?
So basically, interesting question hai Paramveer ji. So the government had clarified that only 6 months extension कोविड-19 फर्स्ट वेव जब निर्मला सीतारमन जी नेशनल टेलीविजन पर 13 मई 2020 को आई थी सेल्फ रिलायंट इंडिया की इंस्टॉलमेंट्स लेके उसमें 6 मंथ्स की कोविड का फर्स्ट वेव का एक्सटेंशन दिया गया so only that needs to be excluded from the period only 6 months extension from 25th March 2020 to 25th September 2000 only that extension needs to be excluded from both sides. This is the vacuum period. No other extension must be excluded from this extension period, from this period.
Sir, the next question is, सर एप्लीकेशन फाइल करते टाइम अगर कोई मिस्टेक हो जाती है तो उसको करेक्ट करने के लिए क्या प्रोसीजर है?
So basically, परमवीर जी, अगर कोई एप्लीकेशन फाइल करते समय मिस्टेक हो जाती है तो उसके लिए फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल रेरा आपको ऑब्जेक्शन लेटर भेजता है. आप चाहें तो अगर ऑब्जेक्शन लेटर में आपकी वो मिस्टेक दिख रही है, शो है, तो आप उसे वहां पे ठीक कर सकते हैं, आपकी एडिटिंग ओपन हो जाती है. और अदरवाइज अगर कोई ऐसी मिस्टेक है जो ठीक हो सकती है तो वो आप एडिटिंग के टाइम पर भी ठीक कर सकते हैं. जब आपकी एप्लीकेशन फाइल हो जाती है रजिस्ट्रेशन की, उसके कुछ दिन बाद आपकी एडिटिंग की विंडो शुरू खुल जाती है, आप वहां भी उसे कर सकते हैं. लेकिन आपको रेरा के नोटिस में और कॉग्निजेंस में उसको लाना पड़ेगा. बट प्रिकॉशनरी नोट पे मैं ये बोलना चाहूंगा कि ऐसा नहीं हो सकता कि आपने प्लॉटेड डेवलपमेंट की, आपने ग्रुप हाउसिंग की एप्लीकेशन लगाई और अब आप उसको प्लॉटेड डेवलपमेंट में कन्वर्ट करना चाहिए. वो पॉसिबल नहीं है क्योंकि प्लॉटेड डेवलपमेंट की एप्लीकेशन ऑल टुगेदर डिफरेंट एप्लीकेशन है. ग्रुप हाउसिंग की ऑल टुगेदर हाई राइज की एप्लीकेशन अलग तरह की है. आपको फर्स्टली वो एप्लीकेशन विड्रॉ करनी होगी हाई राइज की, ग्रुप हाउसिंग की, उसके बाद आपको फ्रेश एप्लीकेशन लगानी होगी फॉर दी प्लॉटेड. कई बार ऐसा भी होता है, कुछ बिल्डर कहते हैं कि जी इसी में हमारी एप्लीकेशन लगा दीजिए, तो ऐसा पॉसिबल नहीं.
So the next question is, the builder has got registered under RERA with say 7 floors. But later on, he got extension from local development authority till 10th floor, which is not registered with RERA. What shall be the consequence?
So basically, the consequences is that firstly, if the builders got the revised sanction maps from the local development authority or competent authority, then they must approach to the RERA authority regarding the revision of the registration certificate regarding the revision of the project, and then they must submit from then they must submit in their revision application 8, 9 or 10 floor. Okay, so in that scenario, if they have not do so, then in that case, they cannot sail above 7th floor. They can't sail because RERA stops the sail. So they cannot sail 8, 9 or 10th floor. Yes, they can do the construction, but because they do have the construction maps, valid maps.
Sir, what recourse do I have under RERA Act if the builder located at Sonipat is yet to hand over the flat where the BBA was executed in 2017?
So basically, the person need to approach the Haryana RERA Panchkula authority. There are two authority in Haryana. One is situated in Gurugram, Gurgaon, for Gurugram district, and for rest of the 21 districts of Haryana state, because there are 22 districts in Haryana. For rest of the 21 districts of Haryana state, the user or the allottee or buyer shall file the complaint with the Haryana RERA Panchkula. Okay, so it is online and offline as well. So you can file the Sonipat project complaint at.
Right. So the next question is, can you please re-explain whether money and how much money can be transferred from 70% account to 30% account? And is it allowed?
So basically, first of all, this is not allowed as per the scheme of RERA, as per the codified law, as per the procedure of law. First of all, this is beyond the act or not valid in the law. Firstly, second, the what the banks are doing practically, they are shifting 70% account, entire 70% amount from 70% account to 30%. Okay. So firstly, 70,000 money amount got credited in 70% account, and then it is shifted from 70% account to 30%. Entire money have been shifted to 30%. But this is not as per law. But banks are doing it actually. All the banks are doing it, except few of the banks. So I think institute must take this action. I think institute must write to the banks. So our institute is also a statutory body. So this is the beyond of law. So uh, the committee can also step in this matter. So you can recommend Paramirji.
Sure, sir. So the next question is whether RWA is formed after getting completion certificate of after majority sale.
Can you please repeat it again?
Whether RWA is formed after getting completion certificate of after majority sale.
Yes, the law for the formation of RWA is that if the if the project has been completed and the project got the completion certificate or occupancy certificate as the case may be, in that scenario, the builder go for the registry of the allotted properties, registry and conveyance deed of the allotted properties. And if there is more than 60% registry have been completed, more than 60%, then there is a formation of RWA, AOA, Residents Welfare Association, Association of Apartment Owners. So you need to check your respective state law, respective state apartment. So RERA tells us that the local law shall prevail in that scenario, and the local law is Local Apartment Act, state specific. Haryana Apartment Ownership Act, Delhi Apartment Act, UP Apartment Act 2010, which must prevail over and above the RERA. and which categorically states, like in UP or like in any other state, कि more than 70% of the registry have been done, then there is a formation of R, basically. So this is like.
So the next question is, how much maximum money is allowed to be withdrawn from projects by the promoter?
It depends on the whatever amount the promoter company have spent on the project on construction and development cost or land cost, then they can withdraw this much of amount. I am giving you one example. With the help of this example, we can understand well. If say so, then then there is a construction cost of rupees 100 crore, and the buyer's collection have come almost 100 crore, let's say 100 crore construction and development amount or land cost amount have been spent by the promoter builder on his project 100 crore, and the buyer amount have, the collection from the allottees buyers is also the same. Let's say it is a hypothetical example 100 crore for the sake of ease. So the eligible amount is 70%. So against 70% amount, the builder have spent 100 crore, because 70% amount must be utilized for construction and development cost or land cost, and builder has spent 100 crore. So this 30 crore rupees builder has spent from his own pocket, secured or unsecured loan. So this is the withdrawal eligibility basically. This 30 crore rupees is the withdrawal eligibility in this hypothetical example. So basically, the builder need to spend 70 crore at least, but he has spent 100 crore. So now the withdrawal eligibility in our example is rupees 30 crore, 100 minus 7. So this 30 crore can be withdrawal from the next upcoming collections.
Sir, the next question is, what is the manner to withdraw 30% amount? Is it from percentage of completion wise?
30% amount.
What is the manner to withdraw 30% amount?
So basically, you can withdraw. There is no manner and there is no procedure have been notified in the act. You can directly withdraw this 30% amount, which is pertaining to the builder and promoter only. But it is advisable this amount shall must be spent with the project only. आपको ये amount भी project में ही spend करना है. आपके पास कोई choice नहीं है. But yes, आप जो भी आपकी प्रमोटर की सैलरी है, मैनेजमेंट सैलरी है, ब्रोकरेज है, कमीशन है, एडवर्टीजमेंट है, वो अमाउंट आप इससे स्पेंड कर सकते हैं. लेकिन इसके ऊपर 30% अमाउंट के ऊपर कोई भी ऑब्लिगेशन नहीं है, किसी तरह का कोई रोक नहीं है विड्रॉ कर.
Sir, the next question is, can you please explain the RERA escrow account once again?
Yes. So basically, so 170/30 there are 3 bank accounts. So 100% is collection account, 70% is separate bank account, RERA account, 70%, 30% is current account, 100% and 70% bank account, both are escrow account. So let's say builder got the check of rupees 1 lakh in the collection account, in the 100% bank account. So there is a two pipeline, 70/30, 70%, 70,000 in 70% bank account automatically. But through the escrow mechanism, through this standing instruction by the escrow maker, ये सब कुछ ऑटोमेटिकली होता है. हमारा कोई ह्यूमन इंटरवेंशन इसमें नहीं है. और 30% goes to the 30% bank account, and then if you like to do the withdrawal from 70% bank account, then there is a submission of architect, engineer, CS. So this is the basic concept of escrow.
Sir, last question for the day.
Last but not least.
Yes, sir. When and how the deed of conveyance is registered? The procedural requirement is the question.
Deed of conveyance or conveyance deed? I think deed of conveyance. So basically, conveyance this deed is the sale deed for the allotted properties. I think the person is asking for the deed of conveyance, which is the memorandum of transfer. Basically, what happened then? There is a then the construction and development activities have been completed. CCOC, completion certificate, occupancy certificate. Then there is a sale deed of the allotted properties. Okay, whatever the allotted properties have been done, so there is a sale deed regarding in favor of the buyers, in favor of the allottees. Then thereafter, the formation of RWA and AOA. After the registry of the allottees, then there is a formation of Residents Welfare Association, Apartment Owners Association, and then the project will transfer to the AOA RWA. In that case, हम लोग मेमोरेंडम ऑफ ट्रांसफर बनाते हैं, डीड ऑफ कन्वीनियंस बनाते हैं, एक डॉक्यूमेंट होता है कि हम लोग प्रोजेक्ट को हैंडओवर कर रहे हैं. तो जैसे ही आपका RWA का फॉर्मेशन हो जाएगा, आप इमीडिएटली चाहे तो डीड ऑफ कन्वीनियंस कर सकते. कुछ केसेस में तो ये डीम्ड डीड ऑफ कन्वीनियंस भी होती है, अगर आप करना चाहें. ये तो इसको इस तरीके से कह सकते हैं कि जैसे RWA बनेगा तो इमीडिएटली आप डीड ऑफ कन्वीनियंस करा सकते हैं इन फेवर ऑफ द RWA AOA. तो प्रोजेक्ट RWA AOA को ट्रांसफर हो जाएगा, उसके बाद प्रोजेक्ट का जिम्मा उनको रहेगा. नाउ द रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ऑफ द प्रोजेक्ट टुवर्ड्स द AOA.
Right, sir. Sir, just one last question. Builder not completed construction, less than 50% completion. Bank dispersed 90% home loan directly to builder in contravention of RBI guidelines of construction linked plan. What is the remedy for the same?
The remedy for the same, then you can approach to RBI that or RBI ombudsman, or you can approach to the higher management authorities, higher authorities of the banker, respective banker, which has approved the loan and disbursed the loan. I think the bank also not got the consent of the basically allottee buyer in whose name the loan have been sanctioned. I think I am getting this thing from your question. So which is there? So definitely the allottee can approach to the higher authorities.
All right, sir. Thank you so much for addressing the questions of our members. Finally, I, CA Paramveer Kaur, would like to convey my gratitude to everyone here for taking the time to join us today and assisting us in making this event a huge success. I would like to thank our speaker, Gaurav sir, for his guidance on the various opportunities available for the members. Also, thanks to the chairman, CCLEA and NPO committee, CA Chandrasekhar V. Chitle and vice chairman, CA Prakash Sharma in their absentia. And thanks to the team for the smooth conduction of this webinar. Thank you so much.